Good day, puppy lovers. You're not going to want to miss this groom because I have an awesome before and after for you guys. So stick with me till the end. So this morning I have two pups. I have Rhonda and Yubi, both of them getting shaved down. So I figured why not double the trouble? I'm going to start with Yubi, 7F. Taking off all the way, like the head also, the tail, the head, just everything comes off. So for those who don't know me, I'm Elizabeth Jenn, professional dog groomer since 2010. Off with the tail, off with the tail. So if you haven't subscribed already, do me a favor and click that like button and subscribe because I post new videos every Monday and Friday, 8 a.m. Eastern time. Now in this area, I'm just going to follow, I'm going to go in backwards here. I'm going to follow the growth of the hair. See how it kind of falls to the sides. I'm just going to follow that. Sorry, I'm back up here. And then I'm going to leave a little bit of this here because I'm going to scissor the rest. So I'm just above the eyebrow. He's going to the bath. First shave, goes to the bath, then we'll do the rest. All right, so Rhonda's turn. That little tongue is always sticking out. I might need some light here with this little Rhonda because she's darker. There, a little more light. Okay, so let's get her shaved. Let's get her shaved. So Rhonda doesn't have any warts or whatnot, so we're doing the same thing, guys, same process too. We're going to shave her down. Everybody gets a shave today. So little Rhonda here is an older dog also, and that little tongue, as I mentioned, just keeps sticking out. And you got to be extremely careful with those little tongues because when you nip a tongue with scissors or clippers, that'll bleed. Anything that's extremities will bleed a lot. So if you're having trouble with shaving down the dog, if you're having any questions, just let me know. I'd love to be able to help you out because that's what I'm here for, to help you out with any questions you've got. Just let me know. Oh, I have a question for you actually. I want to know if you prefer like a full groom. Like, see how I'm always, I've been posting grooms where I just show bits and parts of it. But would you like to see a full groom, no edits, no stopping, just all the way through, like watching the drying, watching the washing. It's hard to say watching the washing, watching the drying. And yeah, so let me know if that's something you'd like. And just comment down below and comment, how about comment, full video please. Full groom, no edits please. Full groom, no edits please. So Rhonda, she's usually pretty greasy. There's some dogs that they have more of a greasy, film on them. So when that happens, I need to give them a degreaser before giving them a normal shampoo. Always be careful also, guys, when you have little females here, sometimes they have the little nipples there and you just need to be very careful not to clip that. If your dog likes to pull on, I don't know if she's going to be pulling here. But if your dog likes to pull, no, actually she's pretty good. Pull on the leg while you're holding the tip of the toes here and they're just pulling and pulling. You can come in and hold that elbow, lock the elbow, and that leg will stay straight. They'll still try to pull, but at least the leg will stay straight. Because if you're holding like this, and she pulls away, see, I'm gonna try again. I'm gonna hold her like that, try to go, she pulls away. Yes, you could easily hold, and then she pulls and you have a fight going on, but you wanna save yourself from having to have that anxiety of having pull, 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 pull. You have a sharp tool in your hand here, so just locking that leg, and I just have my arm up against the table like that, and I'm just holding it there, and I can get it done like that. Oh, you guys just missed the thunder. There is thunder. All right, she's going straight to the bath. Now that we're done, we're gonna go scrub-a-dub-dub, and I'll show you what I use as a degreaser. So I had a little question about my camera angles, if you could help me out with a bit. I was wondering if you prefer when I wear my camera like in front like this, where you can see the dog's head and face, or if you prefer when I hang it up and you're seeing like, because sometimes I'll hang it up at the top here and you'll see like a bird's eye view of the dog. And right now the camera is on me, it's on my chest, as you can see in the mirror there. There it is. So which angle do you prefer? Soapy, soapy. I'm gonna turn this off. Get all the suds going. All right, let's back it up. All right, I'm gonna wipe him up and get you to the table. Take this out here, put her in, turn the light on. You're all pink. There, no more pink. So hang on. This is the degreaser I use from Davis Degreaser Shampoo. I'll just prepare it first. See, in the summer, in the warmer, when it's warmer, it's more into its liquid form. And in the winter, if it's a little cooler in the room, it'll be harder. So don't be surprised. It's not that it's not good anymore, it's just because it's warmer. It's really hot today. So I'm just gonna get her wet here first. Yeah, you can feel that film. So what I like to do is do the degreaser first and then finish off with a 2-in-1 shampoo, just so she's not, we don't want her skin to dry out, because these degreasers, they take out that grease. So I come in with my hands here. I'm just gonna grab maybe this much. She's tiny, so I don't need that much, and it goes a long way. So this is just gonna really go get all of those oils, the dirty oils, and yeah, clean it all up. I'm gonna do her head also with it, being careful around the eyes. And yep. Oh, it's raining out there. I so don't want the power to go out. The power goes out so often in my area. We have so many trees. It's an older area, so we have a whole bunch of trees. So see how her tongue's sticking out here? And she's got, I can put my finger between those eyes, but I don't want to do that with the degreaser here. I don't want to get in there with my, with soap and water and all that. Well, I'm going to get a little water, but I don't want to get any soap in her eyes and on her tongue. So I'm going to clean out the rest here with the, like around here, like the middle. I'm going to clean that out with, once I'm at the table with my other cleaning product. Okay? So the rest is all degreaser. I'm just going to give her a shampoo, a rinse, and we're going to get to the table. All right, so we put a little bit of this conditioner on. Doesn't have much hair left, but it does leave a little bit of softness, and for his skin and whatnot. So now time to clean out his eyes. Let's get in closer. Let's see what's going on in there. Any poopers there? No, a little. Poopers here too. Beep, beep. Now it's really important to keep this area clean. You don't want him to get that hair in his eyes. You don't want to cause any eye problems, like infections and whatnot. So all that hair's gotta go. It's gotta go, all of it. The reason why I cut it first, you know, I take out the poopers and then I comb everything all up like that, all around like a sunshine, like that. And then I cut. I'll be cutting more later. I'll cut all that out and then I'm gonna clean the area. Once you've cut the hair, then you can clean the area properly. I just add a little product on my little round here. Look at that little face. I'm just gonna clean this out. You gotta hold them either the chinny chin chin or hold their head like this, all depending on whatever makes them comfortable or what makes you comfortable on how to hold them. Oh yeah, there, nice and clean. So Yubi has a few ear hairs, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take one of these here. These are just nose shavers for humans. And as you see, this doesn't cut, but there's a blade on the inside. And that blade cuts. So what I do, instead of plucking, sometimes I need to pluck. It depends on how thick that hair is. But if I'm just taking a few hairs out like that, I'm just gonna pull some of the hair out like that. Well, not pull, shave. And it just shortens the hair a bit. But if this dog had really thick hair in there, I'd probably need to pluck. So I've been testing this out and it seems to be working fine. So I'm gonna use another one, a different one for the other ear. I just picked him up off Amazon. Now this little one had an ear infection last time I saw him. He seems to be doing better. He probably had his medications. And you gotta be careful when you're scooping and shaving out. You don't wanna press too hard because they break easy. So I'm just scooping all of that out like that. See, it just leaves shorter hair, cleaner. So if it's thick, I'm gonna have to pull some out like that, you know, with this little powder that you add to help with the grabbing. So now I'm gonna grab two different rounds. You can use one round and clean the ear with one side and then clean the other side of the ear with that side. But that ear seemed a little pretty much dirty, so I might be using both sides of the round to get into that ear, okay? So it's a little soaked. So I'm gonna see what's going on in here. Wanna get in closer? Just a bit closer. Look at that. Yeah, it's still pretty dirty. So I clean till I have nothing left on the pad, like till the pad comes out pretty clean. Okay, so this is pretty dirty, so I'm gonna flip it around and I'm gonna use the clean side here and I'm gonna go in again and see how much more of that debris is in there. If your pad's still coming out dirty, you need to clean till it's coming out clean. So see, it's still coming out dirty. So I'm gonna actually use the second pad also. Let's see how clean that gets. See, I'm doing way better here. See, that's pretty clean. See, it's dirty there, but it's clean. So let's clean out that second ear. So this ear shouldn't be as dirty. Let's see. Oh, it's got some dirt down there. Just a little. Okay. We'll see. Pad's coming out clean, the ear's clean. So I have a shout out here that I would like to give to Dina King 406. Here Dina says, actually Dina is my sister, so I want to give a shout out to my sister. This is on my last video here. I was talking about ticks. One of the pups had a tick, so it's all about ticks. So if you need information about that, you can go check it out. So she has a recipe. It says this is a recipe for humans and dogs. 20 drops of lemongrass essential oil, 20 drops eucalyptus essential oil, 4 ounces of water in spray bottle. Shake and spray on shoes, socks, and pant cuffs. Now this is a recipe to try to repel those nasty ticks. So you gotta really be careful with those. I have more information on that video, so if you want to check it out, please do. And this really sounds like a cool repellent. So if you were looking for something natural to maybe help, but still wear long sleeves, wear long, running shoes and long pants, like, long pants are long, you know what I mean? And just prepare and be really careful out there. Long grasses, that's where they like to hang out, and in the wooded areas and whatnot too. So check out my last video. Thank you, Dina, for the recipe. I love you. Oh, and for those who want to check out my sister's channel, it's Dina King, All Talk Narcissism. She helps out with people who are, who are stuck with narcissistic family members or partners, and she helps out with you to help recognize what a narcissist is and what they do. There are some personal stories in there also, and yes, and she also offers help. There are some also meditation videos that I absolutely love that she does, but there are videos, and she has a course also. So if you can just check her out and maybe click that subscribe button for her, that would help her out a lot, for her channel to help get to reach more people who are looking for this kind of help. So I'll leave a link in the description below, and you can check her out. I'm gonna get these little toesies done. I had the craziest dream last night. I dreamt that my house just floated away on water and just sunk. And it was foggy outside, and I could see the fog. And when I got up this morning after waking up, there was a fog. It was foggy. It actually still is. It's kind of scary because today they're calling. Oops, sorry, I wasn't in frame here. Today they're calling for severe thunderstorms all day and tornado warnings. So, it's weird because we never had tornadoes here. Never, ever, ever. And it just started a few years back. And one man died. In the first year, there was a tornado not far from here, right next door, like maybe a 10-minute drive. And he passed away because the tornado came, and he went and hid in the shed. And he grabbed the shed, and the man passed away. Have any of you out there experienced tornadoes? Have you been caught in a tornado? Have you seen a real tornado? When I was younger, I lived in Ontario, and I did experience a few tornadoes. My memory is just like, I remember my mom calling out, telling me to hurry up and we had this, I don't know what you called it. It's like an underground type of shelter, and that's where you kept, like, you could keep your potatoes and your, it's like an underground, you'd open like this to get in. It was like wooden doors. I'm just having flashbacks, like remembering that. So what was that called? Does anyone remember? Anyone know? Not a shed. What was it called? Anyhow, all I remember is hearing my mom screaming and screaming to get in there. And I'm looking afar, and I was mesmerized by what the tornado looked like. So is this like, I have this memory. Like, is it real? Or is it just like, is it a made-up memory in my mind? I don't know, but I still see it in my mind's eye. I can see the tornado afar, and my mom yelling and getting me to try to hurry up and get into that bunker. Is that a bunker? Guys, it is dark out there. See, it's the middle of the day. Look how dark it is. And it's darker, actually, for real than on video. For some reason, it looks lighter on the video. But anyhow, it's dark and raining. All that's gotta go. She didn't have many poopies there. I'm just gonna, as usual, we're gonna comb this up. Once I've taken out the debris, we're gonna do a little sunshine here. I'm careful, I'm not going into the dog's eyes. I'm just fluffing up like this. The dog has her eyes closed, but see how she doesn't see anymore? So that's why I come in, and we're being very careful. She's got her tongue out like that. I'm just gonna come around and cut all of that out. You can use the shaver, you can shave if you want. I just use the scissors, that's how I like to do, that's how I like to do it. So as I said a while ago, I need to clean out this area here because I couldn't really get in there with any soap, but this is a type of soap, this cleanser here. There's no rinsing needed. It's just cleaning, and see how it kind of leaves a little bit of bubbles. This is a different kind. I don't usually, this is from a Wall pet stain, tear stain remover. So this girlie doesn't really have any hair in her ears, so I'm just going to come around here and just go ahead and clean her ear and see how dirty that ear is. Oh, you got a dirty ear just like your brother. Look at that, that's dirty. Let's get in there. Flip it around. Don't forget to clean the flap also. There. Nice and clean, see? Coming out clean. Oh, if it's coming out clean, means we're done. Let's check out the other ear. Let's get in there. And she's not too bad on this side compared to the other side. Yeah, that's good enough. So I like to spray a little bit of rubbing alcohol on my tools once I'm done using them, especially like using them on the bum area. I just cleaned out her bum, and I put a little bit of the rubbing alcohol on there and let that dry. Okay, well, we're gonna get our little toesies done here. Get in closer. Oh, that's too close, is it? Nah. Do you guys enjoy these close-ups? Let me know in the comments. Write more close-ups if you want more close-ups like this. I feel the close-ups can be relaxing. There. Especially when I'm not talking too much. No kicking, honey. I like to stand my clipper up a little more when they start kicking a little. If she'd kick too much, I'd switch to a 10 blade. But I'm really holding her steady, and I'm trying to keep my blade standing, because if I'm like this, often that could happen where it just goes into the toe, and well, that's how I do it. It's a lot of hair on your toes, honey. Oh, you gotta get right under there, right where the nail is. And you just gotta see all of those toes, clear everything out, nice and clean. And back here. I'm using a 30 blade right now, so I could easily use a 10 or 15. But 10 and 15 is longer. I wouldn't go as short as 40 blade, but some groomers do. I mean, I could if I wanted to. I just don't find it necessary. I find this is pretty short enough. 40 blade is really, it's surgical, right? So, and I don't do much digging in here, but I do check to see if there's anything, like any extra hair there that I need to take out. Like if there's a mat or something, I'll go in with my scissors. There. 10 blade for Miss Belly. Let's see your belly. Are you okay to stand? When they're older, sometimes they don't have the strength to stand like this. I'm really lightly going around those that little nipple area there. See, when you bring the clipper down this way, sometimes it tends to leave little clipper marks. So I like to come in the opposite direction. Makes it nice and short and no clipper marks. Just clean it all out. And let us not forget her little pee-pee area here. I like to get this nice and clean. Tell you the truth, I actually just started doing this not long ago. I usually just go in with my scissors, but lately I've been going in with the clipper. You can also use the clipper here. You always see me use the scissors, but I like to use the scissors, but we can do the clipper. As long as you're just floating over top of the little bum hole there, you don't want to be, you don't want to touch that, right? Because there are folds in there. You don't want to catch any folds. So you can do it with your scissors if you want, if you feel more comfortable. I do it with one or the other. In general, I'll do the scissors because they're right there. So, and we're going to do under her arms also. Look at that tongue. You are so funny. I had a client, her dog's tongue was always sticking out like that, but he ended up having so much infection because where the tongue is, it was always wet, right? So it was like, he had rotting skin. So second shave here, once you've washed your pup, you've seen me do this many times. I washed and dried the pup, I cleaned the ears, eyes, did the feet, toenails, and now it's the finishing we're doing. So around the tail here, never use your 7 blade. Never use the 7 blade in this area here. If you want to use a blade, you use a 10 blade, and you skim above. You do not touch with your blade, all right, the poopy area. So you don't want to do that here. So this is a 7 that I'm using to clean them up. So when shaving, especially the legs here, often they'll pull and pull and pull. What you want to do is just do the best you can, and if you can't get it perfect, you don't need to get it perfect. What you need to do is get most of it done. The rest can be done with scissors. The dog's just pulling, you risk hurting the dog. Even just holding the dog's leg while the dog is pulling, you can hurt the dog because they could pop their shoulder out or something like that. But in general, you just want to do the best you can, and if it's not working with the clipper, finish that off with your scissors. I'm going to come in here and do a reverse. The rest of the belly is going to be done with a 10. I only do reverse around this area just because I want everything to blend in nicely. I also like to be sure that I've used I'm using my 7 blade. I'll use my 7 blade and get everything that the 7 blade that I use it for, get everything done, right? Because I don't want to have to come back in and keep switching out my blades. So I'm just going to skim over the top here. I'm going to take a little off the sides, and the rest is going to be done with scissors. So it's always best to be sure that you did the nails before clipping with your scissors here to go around the toes, because when the toenails are longer, then you're cutting, the hair longer. So you want to try to do the nails first. If you can't, for some reason, you have to, like some clients will say, don't cut the nails. I have someone who already does the nails, or don't cut them. And then, you don't cut them, but then you have to cut a little longer around the feet. It's getting closer. Just a bit closer. Look at that. panting. Are you hot, honey? I had the air conditioner on a while ago. I turned it off. It can get noisy. Turn it back on. All right, so this one gets a shave also, which we already started with a shave. I mean, here's a second shave. It's more or less what I wanted. What I wanted to say, actually. So I'm just going to do the second shave here. This, look how silky shiny her hair is, and she's so soft, guys. Oh my. Oh, I forgot to show you that I forgot to film that part. I put spray on her. I put some conditioning spray on her also. For some reason, I forgot to shave the tail before putting her in the bath. And well, the reason why is probably because I'm so used to just shaving the body, not the head, not the tail, because most clients want to keep the dog's, you know, the hair and the tail, or the head and the tail. So yeah, in general, she doesn't like this. She doesn't like it. You don't like it? Honey, I gotta get it done. Okay, I'll do the rest with the scissors. So you don't have to necessarily shave the dog before the bath. I've seen some groomers actually bathe the dog first, then shave the dog. But then you're bathing the dog and then drying the dog and then doing the shaving. Well, my thought is, why would I dry all that hair and wash and rinse all of that hair if it's all coming off anyway? So that's just the reason why I do it that way. I just give a first shave and then I'll wash and rinse. The wash and rinse is faster, right? Because there's less hair, I guess. Well, depending. If it's just short hair, it's not that bad, but anyhow. So I'll just wash and rinse and then give the dog a nice dry. The dog's hair is already short, so it dries fairly quickly. Being careful here, she's got little nipples. Yeah. And then after that, I just do the cleanup. See, once again, here I'm coming in and doing a, just to make it look good. I was trying to say reverse. So speaking of reverse, this is how I do the leg. I'll just do the front leg coming down this way. And then I'll just hold the leg like this. And I'll come in reverse. And do the same thing on this side, but I'm going to do a reverse. But I'm also going to come in this way too, because the hair here grows in different directions. So when you're going in one direction, it'll catch some of the hairs. Then when you go in the other direction, it'll catch all the hairs, all the hairs that it didn't catch the first time. The rest will be all scissored. Anything hanging out will be scissored. All right, head for you too. We'll do the top part, just like that. Take some out here just a little bit. Just a bit. And then I will cut really short around her face. So once all of that's done, all the shaving and the feet, you contoured the feet, the only thing left to do is just take out the sticky outies. Here, there's this flap of skin. I always like to put my hand behind because I'm coming to cut around. And my hand is behind, my fingers are poking out from underneath that flap of skin. See, it's over here. Just so that I know that I'm not gonna snip him. If I snip something, it's because it's my finger. And I prefer cutting myself than to cut the dog. You can fluff this up lightly and then come around and give it a nice finish with your either your rounds or your your curves. Or you can do it also with your thinners. So I'm gonna come in here, same thing. Just getting rid of what's sticking out. There's all kinds of sticky outies that the clipper can't get. Get those toesies. Still have to shave your belly, honey, and your underarms. I usually get the Sannies done earlier on in the groom, but I ended up doing something else. So I'm going to use my 10 blade here. I'm going to clean up this area here. The little peepees. And you want to be careful here. Just make sure there's sensitive skin all in this whole area here. So there. Don't forget to get the underarms 10 blade again, because there's mats and knots that form under there. You don't want to be brushing this area. So I don't want to forget the nails. We'll get in closer for you guys, and we're going to clip the nails. That little nail was curled. No kicking, hon. No kicking. Oh, she's going to be spinning and kicking. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. There. Okay. You always got to check to see if they have an extra toe. Sometimes they'll have extra toes back here. No, no, hun. No, no. Give me a second. So she wants to sit. We'll do it the other way. She just wants to sit. All right, then. We'll do it like that. She's just looking at me. Look at that. Look at that tongue. She's like, lady, what are you doing? Are you going to leave my feet alone? I'll leave your feet alone once they're nice and safely knit, like the toenails, I mean. Can I do this foot? Can I do it this way? Are you okay with me doing it this way? Thank you, little girl. These black nails, it's always a danger to nip them. Too short. But we are really careful. We're being really careful, honey. Not to nip too short. Hang on, hang on, hang on. Okay, you want to go frontwards? Sometimes they just don't want. So then you gotta try to do it in a different position. There, all done. Did I? Oh, she's licking me. You giving me kisses, honey? Was that a kiss for me? You were saying, let go, lady. It's not a kiss. It's me saying, let go of me. So, let me know if you've enjoyed this double groom, because I'll do more. I'll do more if you like that I go back and forth with 2 different pups. And what I'm doing here is I'm just cleaning out whatever the clipper didn't catch. Be careful here. She's got these little nipples, so you got to be careful for that. No, hang on. I'm sorry, I didn't give her enough chance to balance first. So yeah, comment down below. Let me know if you want me to do more of these double grooms. All right, so we've made it to the head. The head is always the last thing I groom. The last part, not thing. The last part of the pup that I'll groom. So you saw me use these little scissors just to get the bulk out. Now I'm using these here. I got these from Opaz. They're, I bought them, what, is it 2 months? Has it been 2 months? And they stay sharp. The only thing is they're very light. If you like a light scissor, then you're going to enjoy these because they're so light. And I wanted to, review them, and I figured before reviewing something, before talking about something, I really want to try them out for a good while. And yeah, it just needed some getting used to, in the sense that they're very light. But you got to be ready for change, right? Sometimes we just want to keep going with the same old, right? And then we feel comfortable, and it's fine. It's fine. If you're comfortable with that, you're comfortable with that. But I like to give things chances. And to be able to give something a chance, I need to work with it a little. Unless I'm completely annoyed for some reason with something. Nice ear contour. You hold the leather. Hold the leather. Like the tip of the leather is here, so I'm leaving about this much. Okay. Just right here. So I'm not going to catch that leather when cutting around, because I'm holding the leather and I know exactly where the hair starts, right? Where the leather ends and the hair starts. So I just do the contour, and I'm going to fluff all of this up in a way. And I'm going to grab my thinners and slowly thin out. You see how I pull up? It's like it shaves. That's why you see me pulling up and down like that. You got to be careful. You don't want to go quick, because you don't want to end up grabbing the ear with it. So I'm just gonna do the same thing here, clear this out. And I like to do underneath also. See how there's fuzzies here? Please tap lightly with your scissors. You don't want to be grabbing them and because just in case, if you're just tapping your scissor, you won't cut yourself. If you're pressing and pressing, you can cut yourself, cut the dog, cut yourself. If you're pressing hard with your scissor, with your thumb, you're gonna cause problems. It's just a tap. So this is how, if I'd catch an ear, this is how it would just tap the ear, not cut through it, right? You gotta be careful. All right, so the thunder started. Here's little one here. The thunder started. I just want to make this equal. There's always little spots here that we gotta get. But anyhow, that's pretty much for this boy here. Yeah, so that's it. Guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. And yeah, we're going to be hitting 4,000 subscribers here on my channel in about 10 subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed, please help me out, because as soon as we hit 4,000, I am going to start launching memberships. All right, so the head, look at those ears. You're gonna fly away. You're gonna fly away, fly, 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 fly. So I'm just going to nip, like get the tip of these ears here with my 10 blade. This is a little Yorkie, so just want to get the edges here. And you have to keep your finger, it's important to keep your finger on that flap, on that ear here, right underneath. So imagine this is my hand, I'm holding the leather, and I'm doing this. So the leather is between the clipper and my finger here. So see, that's how I do it. And then we'll just go all around the ears. I'm going to nip, snip, snip, just the tips of the ears. I'm holding the leather here so I don't cut the leather, so I can feel it right behind, underneath my fingers here. So I'm gonna do the same thing, pull all of that hair, hold the edge, nip, 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 snip, 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 like that. Then I'm gonna come here, I'm gonna show you how I do a Yorkie ear. Quick, quick. This is just a quick, quick, quick. So comb it all out, see how we got this done. Now I'm gonna come close to the leather here, and I'm gonna leave about 1 centimeter, I'll say. And I'm using these tiny scissors here because smaller the dog, sometimes I like to use the smaller scissors. I can use the big ones too, look at that. But I'm comfortable with the little ones, so I just leave a little bit of length, like about 1 centimeter all around. And then after that, I come in and nip the tip right, I just connect it. Fold the ear in half. This is really quick, guys. Fold the ear in half. Whatever edge is coming out, I'm just gonna come out and make that equal with the other side. Have a look here, see if everything's just coming straight into the tip. That's done. Then I'm gonna fluff everything back. There are different ways to do this. Sometimes I'll do it like this, there are different techniques you've seen me do probably. And I just, fluff that like that. So we got one Yorkie ear here, which I'll keep working on it to make it look nice. I'm gonna clean this up here. She's got big ears. We're gonna fly, Magwai. All right, so being extremely careful here since her tongue is always out. I'm just gonna come in and try to get some of that hair out. I'm gonna put my finger here on that tongue, and I'm just gonna snip like that, okay? My God, she makes me laugh. You are the cutest, my God, that tongue. All right, so I need to lift her tongue up and come in underneath here and clean all of this up because this can get pretty nasty over here. So I'm gonna cut that fairly short, just so that there's just less nastiness going on. Just keep that tongue up. She's being good. She's letting me hold the tongue. Some dogs might not, but she does, so. So this is little Rhonda, ready to go see Mama. We all done. Fly, fly, fly away, fly away.
Hey there, pet parents and grooming gurus. If you enjoyed my tail-wagging transformations and want more tips to keep your furry friends looking fabulous, just hit that subscribe button. Remember, every click helps spread the love and lathers of grooming joy. Subscribe now and let's embark on this fluffy journey together.